All right, listen. The moment this card dropped, the entire community started asking the same question. Is this guy actually broken? Is he better than his old bullet header card? Because when you Jan Koller with bullet header, your brain already starts imagining crosses flying in, defenders getting bullied, and your opponent rage quitting before halftime. Now let's really talk about this new 106 Jan Koller, because this card is very interesting. First thing you notice, 202 centimeters. That's not just tall, that's unfair height. Like, bro is literally built different. This is the special training I used for him. This training gives him 94 heading. That alone already sounds dangerous. But then they gave him bullet header. And if you don't understand what that does, let me break it down simply. It turns normal headers into rockets. Not just accurate, but fast, aggressive, almost impossible to react to. So, on paper, this guy should be the best aerial striker in the game. But here's where things start getting tricky, because heading alone doesn't make a striker meta. Let's talk about his playstyle first. Target man. Now this is very important. Target man means he's not constantly making aggressive runs like a goal poacher. Instead, he drops deeper, holds the ball, links play, basically acting like a wall. So already you're not getting that run in behind every second type of striker. And that creates the first problem. Because for bullet header to be fully effective, you need constant movement into the box. You need positioning, timing, attacking runs. And while Koller has 98 offensive awareness, which is very good, his playstyle doesn't always put him in those perfect attacking positions automatically. So you'll have to manually use him correctly. Now let's talk about the rest of his stats. Because this is where the debate really starts. His finishing? 97. That is elite. No complaints. Inside the box, he will score. Especially with that height advantage. Combine that with 94 kicking power, and yeah, if he gets the shot off clean, it's dangerous. But then, you look at his ball control, 78. Dribbling us, 75. Tight possession, 75. Yeah, that's where things start falling apart. Because in modern eFootball, especially at higher levels, you need responsiveness. You need your striker to control the ball quickly, turn, shoot, move, react. And Koller? He feels heavy. Not just a bit slow. I'm talking truck movement, and that's not even the worst part. Speed, 83. Acceleration, 82. Yeah, this is not a striker you're sending through on goal. This is not someone beating defenders in a race. This is not your counterattack weapon. So now you start asking yourself, okay, if he's not fast, not agile, then everything depends on one thing, crossing. And this is where the truth hits. Because if you're not a crossing player, this card loses a lot of value. I'm being honest with you. If your playstyle is quick passing, dribbling, through balls, fast counters, Koller is going to feel like a liability. You'll pass to him and instantly feel the delay. You'll try to turn, and defenders will already be on you. You'll try to dribble, and yeah, don't even try it. But if you are a crossing player, now we're talking. Because this is where Koller becomes scary. You put him in the box, you have good wingers, you send in crosses, and suddenly defenders can't deal with him. 202 centimeters with 94 physical contact, that means he's not getting pushed off the ball easily. Add 94 heading plus bullet header, and now every cross becomes a serious threat. And then there's his second special skill, willpower. Now, this is low-key broken if you understand it. Willpower means every time he shoots, he gets better. His shooting ability improves throughout the match. So imagine this. First shot, decent. Second shot, stronger. Third shot, now he's cooking. So in long matches, this guy actually becomes more dangerous as the game goes on. That's crazy. But again, it only matters if you can actually get him into shooting positions consistently. Now let's talk about his added skills, because they matter a lot. They gave him things like double touch, Marseille turn, long-range curler, and I'm not gonna lie, this feels like Konami trying to fix something that can't really be fixed. Because with 75 dribbling, you're not realistically pulling off smooth skill moves under pressure. It looks nice on paper, but in gameplay, it's inconsistent. However, super sub, now that is interesting. Because bringing Koller on in the second half against tired defenders, that's where he becomes dangerous. Defenders lose stamina, reactions drop, and suddenly this giant striker becomes much harder to deal with. So maybe, just maybe, he's not meant to be your starting striker. He might actually be one of the best super subs in the game. Think about it. 79th minute, you're losing. You bring him on. Start spamming crosses. Chaos. That's where Koller shines. Now let's answer the real question. Is he overrated? Honestly, it depends on you. If you saw bullet header plus 202 centimeters and thought you were getting a complete striker, yeah, you're going to be disappointed. But if you understand his role, if you build your team around crossing, if you use him as a super sub, if you play to his strengths instead of forcing him into meta gameplay, then no, he's not overrated. He's just very specialized. And that's the key word here. Specialized. This is not a plug-and-play striker like Rummenigge. This is not a meta-speed demon like Mbappe. This is not a dribbling monster like Neymar. This is a weapon, a very specific weapon, and if you use it correctly, it can win you games. But if you don't, he will frustrate you. So, final verdict. Is he good? Yes. Is he meta? Situational? Is he overrated? Only if you expected him to be something he's not. So before you go all in for this card, ask yourself one simple question. Do I actually play crosses, or do I just like the idea of scoring headers? Because that answer will decide everything.